Need a tow!
You need a tow? Okay,
Yeah.
it's on its way.
Yeah, sorry about that, it's
Just broke, did it?
nah, just a freaking belt. Stop recording. GoPro, stop recording, you stupid. It's the start of the day and we seem to be lucky with the weather. Forecast was dry all day. It was still a bit damp in the morning, but looking good for the afternoon. I really wanted to go for a quick drive in the paddock to see if nothing's gonna fall off and, you know, brake work, if the steering works. This hasn't been really tested at all. We were heading out for our first session and definitely a bit excited, but also a bit worried about so many different things that could fit on this car.
What? I don't see anything.
Heading out on a very damp track in the morning. We had the road tires on and yeah, just trying to get a feel for the grip and then the car brakes, steering. Peppe was in charge of monitoring the dash for lambda or any other alarms we might have. The car was so loud we couldn't really understood each other. After a few laps I started feeling more confident going higher in the revs and a bit of boost. I was barely touching the brakes, but the steering felt quite good and it was actually driving straight. With the back straight coming up, I was ready to get and it felt quite good. But after that, downshifting and the lack of blow-off noise meant only one thing. The belt snapped again. Luckily we were close to the pit entry so we could crawl back, because without the belt on the water pump the engine was starting to
Battery low. It's the main end of the belt. Yeah, the main belt. It's gone.
So the belt was gone. Tried to pull out the leftovers from the pulleys, and then we just had to push it a bit down the paddock. We weren't too far from that spot. I was prepared for this situation, so I had a spare belt, so we sorted that fairly quickly. Out for our next session, but there was a red flag, so we decided to make an exit left and try to weigh the car on the old school scale. We did get told off. So currently the car weighs 1255-ish kilograms, almost a full tank, and no driver. On to the next session. I was hoping this build would last longer, so try to take it easier because we really needed to test the car more, get more data in terms of cooling, suspension, steering, brakes, gearbox. I was very tempted to try and keep up with the Porsche, but I really had to be patient and take it easy. Conditions with those road tires, the brakes would lock up quite easily with no ABS, and then there was a slight sputter, and then again a bit of silence, which meant we lost the second belt as well. This time around we were quite far away from the pits, and the engine was starting to overheat, so I just had to stop somewhere, but I was looking for a good spot to stop, and there it is.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
We need a tow!
You need a tow? Okay,
Yeah.
it's on its way.
Yeah, sorry about that, it's
Just broke, did it?
Nah, just a freaking belt. It didn't take too long, and soon we were on our way back to the pits. Yep, another great day with this build. A couple of belts later, and we messed up the hose again, the bottom coolant hose of this fan wiring, and yeah, struggling to get this to work, but we did a few laps, got a good feel of the car. Brakes work, suspension seems to work fine, steering seems to work fine. It's just a bit of a shame. Had a few pulls. Feels good, good torque as expected, but this freaking belt situation is just not ideal. I'm gonna try to put a belt to bypass the supercharger to do a few more laps since we're here, see if that works, but it's most likely something to do with bad alignment on this. It's just chewing through this belt, so it's riding on the flange and splitting this, as you can see, in two, and then snaps. A quick run to the local parts shop and got a few different belts. Now we just put one bypasses our supercharger just to get the car on track and maybe do a few laps and see how it goes, but the problem is we don't really have a map for this setup, so I'm gonna try to play around a bit with the V table and see how the lambdas look. Based on a V map I put together a while back when I tested the engine for the first time, managed to get something together, and pretty much a table for the advance of 15 degrees or over. We went out to see what we can get. Peppe was keeping an eye on the lambda, and surprisingly it looked like it was hovering around 0.7, 0.8, which was good, and we were not really going over 4,000 RPM to start with. This is the train I would have loved to be part of, but wasn't to be this time. Next time. After going in to check the car and the belt, everything looked fine, so we went out for a last session and started to push a bit more up towards 5,005 RPM, and the car felt quite good. Started to push a bit on the brakes, the corners. Everything seemed to be fine. Cooling seemed to be in check. Keeping a nice temperature of 87 degrees C. Oil temp, I think it got up to 100 degrees C. So everything was looking fairly okay. ideal test day for the RX8 with this persistent belt issue, but I think we proved out quite a lot of the bits on the car which were quite unknown at that stage, like steering, brakes, suspension, gearbox, diff mounting, and drive shaft, prop shaft, and the car drove back on the trailer at the end of the day, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, the GoPro is still going, by the way.
GoPro, stop recording. GoPro, stop recording, you stupid